Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. The debt burden of every citizen alarmingly jumped by 21% to rupees 2,16,708 by the end of previous fiscal year due to wrong economic policies, stated an annual report of the Ministry of Finance. Admitting that the previous year's fiscal policies sowed seeds of economic instability, the Fiscal Policy Statement 2022-2023 has been prepared to meet a statutory requirement, a document that had been conceived 18 years ago to inform the National Assembly about the true state of economy. The policy statement showed that per person debt burden increased from Rs 1,79,100 in June 2021 to Rs 2,16,708 by June 2022. There was an additional liability of Rs 37,608 or 21% on every citizen in just 1 year. Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf had been in power in the first 9 months of previous fiscal year, for example 2021 to 2022, while in the last quarter, Pakistan Democratic Movement was at the helm of affairs. The report, which has not yet been made public, is expected to be laid before NA next week to meet requirements of the Fiscal Responsibility and Debt Limitation Act of 2005. Gross public debt jumped to Rs 49.2 trillion by June 2022, which has now increased further. Over 1/5 increase in per capita debt in 1 year indicates the speed at which the country is sinking under the debt burden. The Ministry of Finance has worked out the per capita debt on the assumption of a population of 227 million people. The report mentioned that fiscal year 2021 to 2022 steered the economy to a growth of 6%. This growth could have been more sustainable if led by investment rather than consumption, said the Finance Ministry. The unproductive nature of growth made the country susceptible to unfavorable domestic and global economic shocks, stated the report. The sharp V-shaped economic recovery after control over COVID-19, coupled with the international market dynamics in the response to the Russia-Ukraine conflict, has put the country into crisis in terms of high fiscal deficit, said the policy statement ironically. The Ministry of Finance report in the PTI era were full of praise for the V-shaped economic recovery, a phrase used to describe a quick economic rebound after the damage from the coronavirus pandemic. The Ministry of Finance had to give two different opinions on one issue in a single year, which underscores its professional advice should not be influenced by the government of the day. While criticizing the previous fiscal year's policies, the ministry stated that a prudent fiscal policy accompanied with the correct stance of monetary policy was required to rationalize demand and improve production base, prioritizing improving the fiscal and current account deficit. The report noted that political uncertainty has shattered the confidence of stakeholders in the economy. The previous government missed last fiscal year's annual budget deficit target of Rs 3.4 trillion and the actual deficit came in at 5.3 trillion. The record deficit in a fiscal year. In terms of the size of economy, the total fiscal deficit was equal to 7.9% of GDP, whereas the primary deficit remained at 3.1%. Actual non-tax revenue in the last fiscal year stood at Rs 1.3 trillion against the budgetary target of Rs 2.3 trillion, according to the ministry, a reduction of 46%. Petroleum levy fell short of the collection target by Rs 483 billion due to the previous government's decision to lower taxes. The Finance Ministry said that the gas infrastructure development surcharge missed the collection target by Rs 101 billion and profits of the State Bank of Pakistan fell Rs 176 billion below the budgetary target. There were huge slippages in the budgetary target of Rs 682 billion for subsidies. Actual subsidies remained at Rs 1.529 trillion, about 232% more than the budget amount. The main reason for slippages was the Ministry of Finance unrealistic budgeting coupled with reduction in prices of electricity and petrol by former Prime Minister Imran Khan. The budget estimate for energy subsidies was Rs 622 billion with Rs 596 billion for the power sector and Rs 20 billion for the petroleum sector. However, the actual expenditure on energy subsidies rose to Rs 1.44 trillion, the report stated. The cost of former Prime Minister's politically motivated relief package was Rs 241.4 billion. All meetings for devising the relief package were held in the Ministry of Finance. Neither former Finance Minister Shaukat Tareen, nor Q block bureaucracy could say no to the irrational decision making. The Finance Ministry stated that the expansionary fiscal policy stance in fiscal year 2021 to 2022 reversed the consolidation gains achieved in the preceding 2 years. Prioritizing economic growth at the cost of a higher fiscal deficit created a problematic fiscal situation, mentioned the report. Although the ministry is putting blame on the previous government, it has not uttered a word on today's fiscally unsustainable initiatives like the parliamentarians schemes and the PM's initiatives in areas that fall within the provincial domain.